What's up, tubies? We're doing something a little bit different today. Normally we do like a deck profile or some kind of combo kind of deal. We're not doing either one. We're gonna do a little bit of both. A lot of people messaged me and commented about the Forgotten City OTK. They wanted a deck list. The Forgotten City OTK was really more about showing off some things that the frogs and Nimbles kind of do together. I'm kind of working with frogs and Nimbles right now on 3 different decks. So that was the function. That wasn't really to kind of like showcase a deck. It was more to showcase just kind of one of the mechanics of how they operate. If you like a deck list, you can't have one. It's mine. Go find your own. No. I don't truly have a ultimate list yet. I have 3 that I'm working with, and when I'm happy, where I can definitively say this is the way that the deck should be run, I'll be doing a deck list. If you want a deck list in the meantime, you have to look really, really fast. Hurry up, slow it down, pause it, keep going. It's almost done. Hurry. Done. No, this deck actually, there's room for some improvement. This is one of the variants that I'm working with right now, and this really kind of focuses on utilizing Deep Sea King, Coelacanth, Coelacanth, Summer Camp, whatever the guy's name is, Big Fish. We'll just call him Big Fish. So that's this one that I'm utilizing right now. It's kind of a variant that really kind of goes after swarming the field with fish monsters. There's a couple different kind of ways I'm thinking about modifying it that I still have to kind of test. Another kind of variant that's really cool, as you guys are waiting for that deck list to come out, is Poseidra and Slushy. For those that don't know, Slushy can actually summon Poseidra. There's a lot of milling in this deck. I run Card Trooper, and I do run Planter. Both are means of getting Slushy, besides Slushy's own effect, into the grave. And so because we can kind of flood the field with lots of Nimbles, we can definitely bring, if we do mill Poseidra, bring Poseidra back, or keep bringing Poseidra back with the effects of Slushy. So this actually is a really kind of cool kind of variant, and it's fucking Slushy. I mean, the dude's fucking cool looking. So we'll be going through a whole deck list later on. There'll be a whole other video that kind of covers over that, so you guys can chill out. Don't hassle me about the list. What we're gonna do here today is I'm gonna run a couple sample hands and kind of test hands, so you can kind of see a little bit of the deck. I'll talk about the cards as we kind of go, so you can kind of get a little outlook into what my thought process is. So this actually, in a lot of ways, is better. So when we finally do a deck list on this, you have a little more insight as to why the cards are being run the way they are. You also have some insight into some cards that may be taken out of the build, you know, like the Aegeus or something like that. So you guys, if you wanted to tech out your deck in a little bit different way than how I'm running it, then you can. So we'll get right into it. I'm gonna go and pull a test hand. The 3 cards that you want to see in a test hand, those are 2 of them. Lemuria, the Forgotten City, Nimble, Angler. The 3rd is Swap Frog. And basically with those, you're pretty golden. The thing to remember is Nimble Angler does not miss timing. So when you when they destroy a Nimble Sunfish, Nimble Sunfish sends Nimble to the graveyard, you send Angler, Angler goes from the deck to the graveyard, so Angler gets his effect. Swap Frog sends Angler, Angler gets his effect. So that's kind of the whole premise behind that. Card Trooper sends Angler, Angler gets his effect. Burial sends Angler, Angler gets his effect. So the whole idea here is we want to have a way to mill Angler to the deck and get Lemuria into play. Swap Frog lets you kind of plus in the process. So if this were our opening hand, we would do this. You know what? We did the OTK video it would be very self-explanatory what you could do right now after seeing that video. So instead of going that route, I'm going to go a little bit different route that video didn't go into. But for those that would like to just be able to push for like over 10,000 worth of attack right now, go check out that video, and that'd be really nifty. So special summon swap, sending Nimble Angler. Nimble Angler's effect activates. The thing that you always want to remember about the Nimbles is that you have to be extremely cognizant of what Nimbles are in your graveyard, which ones are in the field, and which ones are in your hand. Because a lot of these effects are dependent upon there being certain ones in the deck. Now, Nimble Angler cannot bring out himself. He can bring out any other Nimble, of which I'm going to go 1 for 1 Sunfish, 1 Manta. I could bring out 2 Mantas, but then I only leave 1 Manta in the deck. So if this guy gets destroyed by a Dark Hole or Torrential or whatever, I only have 1. If I have 2 in the deck right now and he gets destroyed by a Torrential, then I can bring out 2 Nimble Mantas. So Sunfish, it's the same, kind of the same kind of deal, but he's by battle. So, and then Swap Frog's effect, we're gonna go ahead and send man Ronan. Now I do have a Treeborn in this build, 1 single lonely solitary Treeborn. It's a level 2 build, so a lot of times you do like level 2 builds with Lemuria, you're not going to want a Treeborn because Treeborn you won't be able to XYZ with them. But because I have 2 big fish in here, then I think the Treeborn just adds for a little bit of consistency. So in this case, right now if I played Lemuria, okay, if I played Lemuria and activated its effect, there's 3 water monsters. 3 water monsters basically means that each one gains 3, so a 2 becomes a 5. We do not want to do that. So in this case, we are going to pop Swap Frog back to the hand, okay, with his effect. We are going to play Monster Reincarnation. We're going to discard a card to add 1 monster card from our graveyard to our hand. Okay, we're going to grab that Angler. We're going to special summon Swap Frog again with Angler's effect. Okay, that's going to trigger Angler's effect for another Nimble Sunfish and another Nimble Manta. And we this time will send a Treeborn Frog to the grave. Now, for those that want to attack for over 10,000, like in the video, you can pop the Swap Frog, you can play the Lemuria. These guys become, where are we at here? Tommy M7s, okay. They bounce back. An Angler, and we already really have the Swap Frog, so I mean theoretically if they had a monster on the other side you could pop that up as well, and then you would do the Swap Frog summoning. You go into 2 Daigusto Phoenixes, and then you overlay the Gaia Dragons. They attack twice and it's good game. We're not going to do that. Go watch the other video if you're interested in that type of shenanigans. Our field looked like this. In this case, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go for a little bit, I'm going to show you a little bit how the deck can kind of play control. I'm going to leave all 5 on the field. So if I activate Lemuria's effect, this 5 gets added to the current level. So that means all level 2s plus 5 become level 7s. So we have 5 level 7s right now. I can bring then, after I do that, bring Swap back to my hand if I wanted to kind of protect him and keep him there. In this case though, we have a couple options. If the other side of the field has some monsters that we need to deal with, then we could bring out Big Eyes, we could grab their monsters, and we could just kind of sit tight. In this case, we're really going to kind of play control, so they're all 7s right now. So 7 and 7. So Abyss Gaios, for those that don't know, although most of you probably do know, when it's face up and it has XYZ material, level 5 or higher monsters cannot attack. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can discard one XYZ material from this card to negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls that have less attack than this card until the end phase of the turn. Now, Forgotten City gives both these guys 200 attack and defense, so they're now 3,000. So Swap Frog is at 12. Probably bounce the Swap Frog, and we probably sit here on this field and hope they don't like Dark Hole or send Grapha and blow some stuff up. So that's kind of a little bit of variation of what you saw in the other video. I mean, there still are plays here. Treeborn can come out. Treeborn could have brought Ronin out while Swap Frog was still out. They could have made for Phoenix attack, bang bang. Phoenix also could go into Gotchi, so Gotchi might be a good smart play. Then that way you're not just adding 200 to each Gaios, you're adding 600 to each Gaios. So each of these are at 34, so that's pretty cool. So there's still a couple plays left, depending upon what the next cards were. You know, Treeborn comes out, I have the Swap Frog. Still, you know, we can kind of flood the field and do some more damage. But that kind of is another alternative. So you saw a couple different things there. You saw how we could kind of go into Big Eye. You saw how we could go into Abyss Gaios. The other thing that I didn't really kind of show you when our field was sitting like this, okay? We have complete control before we activate Lemuria's effect based upon our ability to XYZ and pop swap back. So if we wanted to go for a rank 5 right now, we would need only 3 water monsters on the field, okay? So if we want to go for a 5, we can make both these guys Gotchi. Lemuria states that it's once per turn on water monsters that you currently control. So it doesn't count Gotchi as a monster right now. It's not water. So there's 3 water monsters. So if I were to activate Lemuria's effect, each of these water monsters gain 3 levels. So 5, 5, and 5. Okay, I can pop him back then. And then those 5 could become Volcasaurus, and Volcasaurus could blow up. Depending upon what the field looked like, having known that, instead of going into Gotchi, I could have gone into Phoenix. And I could have blown up, they could have taken the damage, and I could have attacked for 3,000. Or actually, theoretically, I could have figured out a way to bring out another Gotchi at that point in time, and then just plus Phoenix another, so he's attacking for 1919. So blow him up, 1919. So there.
Do you see that? The stupid fucker can't even charge the battery on his camera correctly. Well, fuck this video. I like mine much better anyways. By the way, remember to like, comment and subscribe. That is if you feel like it. I could give 2 fucks what you do.